In the heart of rural America, nestled between vast fields and small towns, lay the unassuming town of Blackwood. It was a place where life moved at a leisurely pace, and the warm hospitality of its residents enveloped everyone who passed through. However, a sinister secret lurked beneath the surface, one that whispered of an ancient curse bound to the land by a vengeful spirit. As summer descended upon Blackwood, the skies turned ominous and dark clouds rolled in from the horizon. The locals knew the signs. It was the season of the Black Storm, a legendary tornado that visited the town every 50 years, leaving behind a trail of destruction and fear in its wake. Generations had passed since its last visit, but the elders remembered its malevolent power, warning the younger ones of its impending arrival. Among the locals was Rachel, a young woman who had recently moved to Blackwood with her family, drawn by the town's charm and tranquility. She was eager to start anew after a series of unfortunate events in the city, but little did she know that her arrival had unknowingly awakened the vengeful spirit lurking in the shadows. As the days passed, the wind whispered eerie warnings, and the townsfolk could feel the presence of the Black Storm drawing near. Rachel noticed strange occurrences. The trees rustled with an unnatural intensity, the animals seemed restless, and unexplained chills ran down her spine. However, her family brushed off her concerns as mere imagination. Then, one fateful evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, an eerie silence enveloped Blackwood. The air grew heavy with foreboding, and the townsfolk retreated indoors, seeking safety from the impending storm. Rachel, haunted by her premonitions, peered out her window to witness an unnerving sight. A black funnel cloud had descended from the sky, spiraling toward the town with terrifying precision. Panic ensued as the tornado's deafening roar echoed through the streets. The townspeople rushed to their basements, but Rachel, driven by an unexplainable force, felt compelled to confront the malevolent spirit responsible for this wrath. Ignoring the cries of her family, she ventured into the heart of the storm. The town square became her battleground, where the forces of good and evil collided. With every step, the wind's intensity grew, pushing her back as if an invisible hand sought to protect her from her own doom. But Rachel's determination did not waver. She knew that confronting the spirit was the only way to end this ancient curse. Within the swirling chaos, a ghastly figure emerged, the embodiment of the vengeful spirit that had plagued Blackwood for centuries. It was a specter of rage and torment, and its eyes gleamed with malevolence. It accused the town of forgetting its dark history and allowing outsiders like Rachel to disrupt its slumber. Rachel stood her ground, her heart pounding with fear and defiance. She pleaded with the spirit, explaining that she had no knowledge of the curse and was innocent of any wrongdoing. But the spirit was relentless, intent on unleashing its fury upon her. In the midst of their confrontation, an unexpected ally appeared, an elderly woman named Agatha, the town's wise and mysterious elder. Agatha wielded an ancient amulet said to possess the power to dispel evil spirits. With trembling hands, she raised the amulet, reciting incantations passed down through generations. The amulet emitted a blinding light that momentarily subdued the vengeful spirit. Rachel and Agatha seized the opportunity to draw the spirit away from the heart of the town, where the energy of the curse was most potent. They led the spirit to the outskirts, where the land was desolate and barren, devoid of the memories that fed its rage. As the spirit weakened, Rachel found herself empathizing with its suffering. She learned of its tragic past, the injustice that had befallen it, and the pain it had endured for centuries. With tears in her eyes, she reached out, offering forgiveness and understanding. Miraculously, the spirit's malevolence began to wane. In that moment of redemption, the wind calmed and the tornado dissipated, leaving the town unharmed. The curse had been broken, and the vengeful spirit found peace at last, dissolving into the winds. From that day forward, Blackwood remembered its dark history, honoring the spirit that had tormented them for centuries. Rachel became a part of the town's lore, a hero who faced the wrath of the Black Storm and emerged victorious. The bond between Rachel and Agatha grew strong, and the two became the guardians of the amulet, protecting it from ever falling into the wrong hands. As the years passed, the legend of the Black Storm lived on, reminding future generations of the importance of understanding the past, respecting the land's ancient spirits, and embracing the strangers who found solace within its warm embrace. Blackwood remained a place of tranquility, but its history was etched in the hearts of its residents, never to be forgotten. And so the tale of the Black Storm continues to be whispered in the winds, a chilling reminder of the power that lies within nature and the courage of those who dare to face their fears head-on. In the heart of America, a quaint town named Whistler's Hollow nestled amongst rolling hills and lush greenery. The town's picturesque appearance masked the foreboding secret that lay dormant in the skies above. Unbeknownst to the townsfolk, a malevolent force was about to awaken, ready to unleash a night of horror that would forever scar their memories. It was the eve of the annual Whistler's Hollow Harvest Festival, a time when the community gathered to celebrate their bountiful harvest and revel in the joys of autumn. Families prepared for the festivities with laughter and excitement, but the calm facade of happiness was soon to be shattered. As the sun dipped below the horizon, ominous storm clouds gathered on the horizon. The weather forecast predicted thunderstorms, but none could have foreseen the monstrous tornado lurking within the heart of this tempest. The townspeople gazed at the darkening skies, unnerved by an eerie sensation, but none could put a finger on the cause of their discomfort. As night fell, the festivities were in full swing. The scent of freshly baked pies and caramel apples wafted through the air, but the festivities were about to take a sinister turn. A distant rumble of thunder echoed, and the first bolt of lightning streaked across the sky. Whispers of unease spread through the crowd like wildfire. Amidst the growing unease, a stranger appeared in town. Tall and cloaked in a tattered black coat, he moved with an air of mystery. His presence unsettled the townspeople, but they were too preoccupied with the encroaching storm to pay him much heed. As the clock struck midnight, the carnival lights flickered, and the once lively atmosphere became eerily quiet. The wind howled like a banshee, warning of the impending doom that loomed overhead. The stranger's eyes seemed to glow with an unnatural intensity as he stared into the darkened skies. Suddenly, a deafening roar filled the night air, and a colossal tornado touched down on the outskirts of Whistler's Hollow. The ground trembled beneath the force of its wrath, and the tempest's fury quickly engulfed the town in its monstrous grasp. Panic and chaos ensued as the tornado carved a path of destruction through the heart of Whistler's Hollow. Houses crumbled like paper, trees were uprooted, and vehicles were tossed around like toys. The carnival rides twisted and contorted grotesquely, taking on a nightmarish appearance. Amidst the madness, the stranger emerged as if untouched by the chaos around him. He seemed to wield an unnatural power over the tempest, guiding its path with sinister intent. The townspeople watched in horror as he seemed to control the very essence of the storm, directing its destruction towards the most vulnerable parts of the town. As the night wore on, the storm seemed endless, the sky ablaze with flashes of lightning and the tornado's malevolent dance. Fear and desperation gripped the hearts of the townspeople as they sought refuge in basements and storm shelters. Families were torn apart, and the once tight-knit community was now fractured by terror. In the midst of the madness, a brave few dared to confront the stranger. Armed with whatever makeshift weapons they could find, they confronted him in the heart of the storm. But their efforts were in vain, for the stranger's power seemed limitless, and he dispatched them with a wave of his hand. As the night drew on, the tornado showed no signs of relenting. The town lay in ruins, and the stranger's malevolent laughter echoed through the tempest. It was as if the very spirit of the storm had taken on a human form, driven by an insatiable hunger for destruction. Just when all hope seemed lost, a brilliant flash of light illuminated the night sky. The tornado faltered as if struck by an unseen force. A figure emerged from the depths of the storm, a being of radiant light and immense power. The stranger's eyes widened with surprise and fear, realizing that he was not the only entity to command the forces of nature. The newcomer engaged the stranger in a fierce battle of elemental forces. Thunder clashed with lightning, wind fought against wind, and the sky crackled with energy as they waged a cataclysmic battle. The townspeople watched in awe and terror, praying for deliverance from the clutches of this otherworldly confrontation. With a final surge of power, the stranger was defeated, and the malevolent tornado began to dissipate. The storm clouds parted, revealing a night sky filled with stars, as if the heavens themselves wept for the fallen town. The newcomer turned to the townspeople, a figure of ethereal beauty and wisdom. "Fear not," they spoke with a voice that echoed through hearts, "I am the guardian of storms, and I have come to put an end to this reign of terror." With that, the guardian vanished into the night, leaving the people of Whistler's Hollow to pick up the pieces of their shattered lives. Though the town had suffered immense losses, they found solace in the fact that the storm had been quelled, and they were no longer at the mercy of the malevolent tornado. From that day on, the legend of the gathering storm was etched into the annals of Whistler's Hollow. The townspeople knew that they would never forget the horrors of that night, nor the guardian who had saved them from a darkness that had almost consumed them all.